Once upon a time, there lived a beautiful woman who stayed in a huge mansion with her twin brother. Her name was Melissa, and her twin brother Michael worked in the office of the president. He was extremely wealthy, and his sister Melissa lived the life every young woman dreamt of. Michael took care of all her needs, despite knowing she had a thriving business. She traveled on private jets and had more money than she could ever spend. Her best friend Vanessa always tagged along whenever she traveled. Melissa saw nothing wrong with it. She saw Vanessa as a sister and didn't mind having her around at every given opportunity. She even opened a fashion business for her and introduced her to rich clients and politicians who patronized her work regularly. Vanessa was nothing without Melissa. She owed all her success to her and showed gratitude by sewing Melissa's clothes for free. Whenever there was an occasion, Vanessa made matching outfits for Melissa and her twin brother. She knew how much they adored each other and loved to dress alike. However, one day, Vanessa did something Melissa never saw coming. It was a calm evening when Melissa returned home in time to dress for the dinner she was attending with her brother. She wore a beautiful outfit Vanessa had made for her and was eager to see her brother's matching attire. Sitting in the living room, she waited until Michael strolled in wearing a completely different fabric. "What's going on?" she asked, puzzled. Michael smiled and gestured for her to turn around. She turned abruptly, and there stood Vanessa, dressed in a matching outfit with Michael. Melissa's heart skipped. Before she could speak, Michael announced that Vanessa had agreed to marry him. In fact, the dinner they were attending was his engagement party. Melissa was frozen. She pulled her brother aside, asking if it was a prank, but he revealed they had been dating for a year. "A whole year?" she whispered, eyes wide. "Michael, you've been dating my best friend for a year? Behind my back?" "I didn't mean to hide it. We just didn't know how to tell you." Melissa turned to Vanessa. "You knew how much my brother meant to me? We told each other everything. How could you?" "I wanted to tell you, but I was scared." "You don't get to play the scared card with me. You chose not to tell me. You two deserve each other." She stormed to her room, leaving them in silence. That night, at the engagement dinner, Michael and Vanessa smiled for the crowd, but inside, they were drowning in guilt. When they returned, the house was empty. Melissa's belongings, even her little puppy, were gone. Michael found a note in her office. "I gave you both my love and trust. You left me in the dark and made me a fool. Clearly, I'm no longer wanted. Enjoy your perfect life." 3 days passed. The mansion was cold and silent. Michael barely spoke. Vanessa tried to comfort him, but he had shut down. Weeks later, Michael decided to end things with Vanessa, but she told him she was pregnant. He was shocked, but also overjoyed at the thought of becoming a father. Out of concern, he asked her to move in permanently. Slowly, life seemed to improve, until one evening when they returned home and found the lights on. Melissa was sitting in the living room, legs crossed, eyes sharp. "Surprised to see me?" she asked. "You thought I'd hand over my home to a seamstress who went behind my back to seduce my brother? I stepped away to plan my return." Vanessa tried to speak, but Melissa silenced her with a glare. "Don't say my name. You lost that right the day you betrayed me." She turned to Michael. "You think she loves you? You have no idea what you've gotten yourself into." She walked away, leaving tension in the air. From that day, a silent war began. Melissa wanted Vanessa gone, but Vanessa stood her ground, revealing her pregnancy. Melissa smiled coldly. "Name your price. I know you're here for money." "No amount of money can make me leave Michael." Melissa laughed, then asked, "Does he know?" Vanessa froze. Melissa whispered that she would keep her mouth shut only if Vanessa left her brother. Vanessa begged her not to ruin the relationship. "My unborn nephew can burn for all I care. How am I even sure that baby is his?" Melissa said icily. Days passed. Vanessa stayed. Melissa struck back by calling all the wealthy clients she had introduced to Vanessa, spreading rumors about shady dealings. Within a week, Vanessa's boutique collapsed. Contracts were canceled, and suppliers cut her off. Michael suspected his sister's involvement but stayed silent for fear she would leave again. Then he got a strange call warning him to stay away from Vanessa. The caller claimed she was dangerous and asked to meet. Michael met the man, who revealed Vanessa's dark secret. She was part of a blackmailing scheme targeting wealthy men. She accused them of rape to extort money, ruining reputations. One man even committed suicide. The man had proof, recordings, bank statements, threatening messages, everything. Michael returned home furious. He confronted Vanessa, who finally admitted it was true. She had targeted over 20 men. Melissa asked why she had done this to Michael. Vanessa said Michael was innocent. Her real grudge was against Melissa. Years ago, Melissa had mocked the idea of her ever dating Michael, humiliating her in front of family. That moment planted a seed of resentment she never forgot. Laughing, Vanessa revealed she was never pregnant. She had lied to keep Michael close. Then she revealed her deep hatred for men, born from years of abuse by her father and teachers after her mother's death. No one believed her, and she grew up determined to ruin men's lives. As she prepared to leave, the police arrived and arrested her for hacking Michael's computer to defraud the government. She had been the mastermind behind a failed multi-million-dollar scam. Melissa and Michael watched in disbelief as she was taken away in handcuffs, smiling. They learned a hard truth. Trust is fragile, and careless words can plant seeds of lifelong resentment. True kindness isn't just giving opportunities, but treating people with dignity. Because behind every smile, there could be a silent storm.